right, guys, welcome back to Bending the Narrative. Today we have a new segment called Avatar Art Corner. This is a time where we highlight some of the amazing concept art from the world of Avatar. And this is all coming from the Avatar The Last Airbender, the official art book of the animated series. This is the second edition that I have. And this is by Brian Konietzko and Michael DiMartino. And today we're going to be exploring the first half of book one. So, Alex, let's start with you. What is some of your favorite art from this book?
Well, we're just gonna start going through chronologically with what we've covered. So we'll get up to because we're like just about halfway through the season now. So
Yeah.
we're gonna cover a lot of the stuff. So one, I think it's really cool just being able to see the gang, their kind of like character turnarounds and their
Yes.
designs. You know, seeing them. Appa, of course, looks sick, and then I love that the you could see the like the frozen iceberg ball. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting that they have a note that says that they never imagined that Aang and Appa were frozen solid inside the iceberg, but rather
Mm.
they envisioned them floating within a hollow pocket of spiraling energy.
Ooh.
And so they would have liked to show that, but that would have been just too much to like animate and
Animate.
do that.
Yeah.
But also, I think that that like makes so much sense as to how they were able to survive, you know, as
Yeah.
opposed to like
They didn't really
being
they more of so hibernated kind of
yeah, for 100 years as opposed to like, but
within.
this is also why, spoiler alert for stuff way in the future and in Korra, but like Aang dies pretty young, especially for an avatar.
Mm-mm.
And it's because he was using the avatar state for 100 years straight, essentially.
Which
Like,
is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane. Like, arguably the biggest feat ever. Like,
Yeah.
someone's just
Yeah.
in the avatar state for 100, like a century, which is unbelievable.
Insane. Yeah.
But it's just really cool to see these designs like so early on, and the fact that they like very much had these such important visual cues established already, and just like really sets the tone for the series from the get go, which is nice to see. I love the sketches of the water tribe, the like
Yes.
just dilapidated, like it's been worn down by 100 years of the
Years of
war and
war.
everything like
Yeah.
that, which is cool. Um, I love seeing the differences in Iroh and his character like evolution.
Yes, they show the many different versions of him, which he looks. They wanted him. They say too. They wanted him to just be a regular. Like they wanted him to be Siku's Zuko's Sifu.
Hmm.
But then later on, they made a change to make him his uncle, which
Yeah, makes
elaborated
sense. And
on
it's
their
so
relationship.
like you get so many things that like fall into place from that decision. But I do
Hmm.
like that he like in the earlier sketches you really see him become more in his like he looks more serious in the earlier ones
Yes,
than
he
he
looks
does, and
very
it's
like angry and a
mhm.
force not to be reckoned with
Yeah.
until they come
Whereas
to
like
his like cute little old man demeanor. Like he's a
yeah,
cute little old man, you know.
yeah, you just want to hang out with him.
Just want to hang out with
Um,
him, sip some tea with him. And they say too, the great voice actor Mako really helped bring that into him and the warmth. Um,
yes, absolutely
that
nailed
was a
it.
really that's a big key to his character's warmth and kindness.
And you get that. Then you have again in the next couple pages just
Wow.
yeah, you get Zhao, you get the like general designs for the Fire Nation soldiers and like them kind of dialing in that look and their like the menacing stature that they have. And
So sick.
he
And
they
just
even
I
said
love
that like the helmets inspired the
yes.
blade shaped bow of Zuko's ship, which is so cool. Like you just they create a visual language and you see it through everything. Like and
It's
it
so
works
sick. And
so
I love the
well.
masks too. They have these the
Hmm.
original mask designs. They remind me of I don't know what to call it, like kabuki masks for like kabuki theater, but they are
Hmm.
it's a type of theater in Japan. I think it's kabuki theater. But they
Yeah.
had masks that look like that in Japan with that design.
Yeah.
Um and they'd send like I can definitely see the inspiration there for those early designs. And they
Yeah,
look
and
creepy. They look scary.
they're so terrifying. And
I'm,
they ended up settling with masks that ultimately resembled like graphic skulls,
yeah.
which like yeah, you don't really like even think about it when you're looking at it, but yeah,
But it
yeah,
does,
as
yeah.
soon as you see that, like oh, that is exactly how that looks.
That is a
Um,
skull, huh? Yeah.
yeah, right. And then yeah, like you were saying, we get Zhao, who looks super cool. I like the different faces that they
The
gave him,
different
or that they were
faces are
like
insane.
playing around with him. I like the different hairstyles too. They're very wild. Um,
Mhm.
I think the
Like I like that
sideburns are
they
definitely
the
like
sideburns, like I like originally they wanted to go for like scary, like rugged biker
mhm.
guy, but originally they went for just a guy who's like in corporate and really good at his job,
Yeah.
like like a money man, or what do they call him?
Hmm.
They could, well, because they wanted it to be like
A
a
sleazy
reference to Jason
politician.
Isaacs villains, which
Yeah.
they planned that before they even got him. Like they didn't even think they can get him as a voice actor until they got him on this, which I think
Hmm.
is so cool.
Yeah, no, it fits perfectly.
It
And
fits
then
perfectly. What, I want to see the exact word that they use.
they said sleazy politician, I think. We
Yeah, like
said,
sleazy politician. That was the vibe. And I get that. You get sleazy politician from that. He
yeah,
is
like he's
like
literally
he
just
could
trying
be
to
in Succession. Zhao could be in Succession. I
100%. um, we get some
the
Monkeyatsu
Macchiato and
sketches.
Suki.
They pretty much had Monkeyatsu dialed in from at least from what they
Yeah,
show
like
in
that's
this.
him.
It's yeah, like pretty dialed in immediately. I love, and they do this in a couple different pages and sections of the book, just showing the like the background design for the
Yes.
different sets. Like it's just an insane amount of detail.
Beautiful paintings they made. This
Hmm.
beautiful artwork, and it's just for reference. It's not even in the final show or the final product, but they make these beautiful masterpieces. Like I can only just say it's masterpieces. This is all gorgeous.
Hmm.
These
I
beautiful
love
sketches.
seeing in Suki the slight variations that they played with for
Yeah.
the makeup. I think it definitely like, and of course this is partly like just being used to it and being like, oh, they made the right decision on like the final one, but like I
Yeah.
do feel like they made the right decision on the final one. Um,
I really like the one they have on the side where her makeup goes above her eyebrows. There's like that red point, but they also do
mhm.
that on her cheeks, which I
Yeah,
thought is really cool. If they added that. But I can see
it's
why
just
not. It I could see it only working in this sketch and not from a far away
yeah, and
view.
having to like it's again you can see a lot
Manually
of the
do that.
decisions in like simplifying stuff down, which is not a negative. It's just like to make it
Yeah, like they
more.
have to
Yeah,
simplify it.
and
And then we
then
get to King Boomy and Flopsy and Cabbage Man, which is this is where I got a
yes,
lot of my fun facts from. They mention a lot of the anime inspiration in this with Neon Genesis Evangelion and Cowboy Bebop,
hmm, so
which
good.
I just love. And you really see that in this art book. It's really cool. We
It's
see
great.
King
I love
Boomy's
his
stance, his different facial
expressions.
expressions,
Yeah,
his
it's
like
great.
moles. They like play around placing his moles. Like very cute.
And
Yeah, the
then
cabbage guy has like
Flopsy,
one little drawing. Flopsy,
Flopsy, of course. This is where we got the just straight the fake Flopsy is what they straight up call the small
fake
one.
Flopsy. It's like a long-eared rabbit, but then they're like it's fake Flopsy.
Hmm. But I
Oh,
love
and he has
the
like creepy sheep eyes. Even though he's a good.
mm-hmm. I love the waterfall cavern scene. Like that's just a it's gorgeous. That's a stunning piece of art. And it's
Oh
just to
my
like set
god!
it's just the overall design for it. Like, come on, get out of here. Like
I wonder what
that's
they
just
used to make that. I wonder if it was. If anybody knows if it's like
it
oil
looks like
paints,
I think it's
um,
that looks like oil
color
paint, but I have no
pencil.
idea.
Who's to say?
It just
Who's
says
to say?
painting by Will
Oh,
Weston.
painting.
Shout out Will Weston.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Gorgeous,
um
gorgeous. Oh, and then we get the Fire Nation prison, which
mhm,
inspired by modern day oil rigs. We did say
yes,
that on that episode. We did say that.
got it. I like that we get the full layout for it here. Like
Yeah, that is really cool. And I guess
that,
you need to know that if you're animating it.
yeah, because you gotta know where everything is, which makes sense.
Mhm.
Background design by Dave Filoni is wild to see.
Yeah. You go, Dave
um
Filoni.
yeah, and the like
His
Haru's
early days.
village, his family farm, also just again like the level of detail in all
The
of these is insane.
scenery,
It's
so
insane,
gorgeous. Like I want these artworks hanging in my house. And this is just
right?
concept art.
Concept art is some of the best art.
It
Full stop.
really is.
We
God,
get
we see Heibai.
Hey
The
Bye looks
original
cool.
Heibai sketches are terrifying. There's one, um, I don't even know how to describe this face. Where it's the one by
Is
Ethan Spalding. You'll see in the top of the book, Alex.
mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like he looks more like what is it? In Chinese New Year, the dragon's
Oh,
face that
okay.
they have,
Yeah.
you know, those, it kind of looks like
His
that.
face is bigger. It's like
Yeah.
wider than
It's
how it
bigger
ends
and
up being in
wider.
the final.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Rather than
I
that
love
little
the shot of his mouth just wide open, getting ready for the just
oh my
Godzilla
god, the
energy blast.
beam. Yeah.
which is great to see. Um, the next page we get, because we're in the winter solstice stuff now, because that was obviously the spirit world part one is
That
winter
was the
solstice
Spirit
part
World Part
one.
1, Part
Yeah.
2 now.
And now we get some of the fire temple designs, which
So
is,
gorgeous.
you said they came across pictures of the yellow crane tower with like the
Yes.
curling flame like rooftop corners were a perfect motif for Fire Nation architecture.
Mhm.
And
And if you
yeah,
look up, producer, put an image of that tower, the yellow crane tower, because you'll see the matchup. It's
yeah.
so when you see it, you're like, oh, that's from the Fire Nation. Yeah.
And it's cool. And they even say that the Fire Sages Temple was the first place they exhibited these design elements. Like that makes sense
Uh-huh.
that they would start with there. Um, I also love to. We have Roku on this page, which is cool to see
A
him,
little bit of Roku.
his design dialed in, and then also on the opposite page, just the sketches of Crescent Island is it's such a nice
It's on a
layout,
volcano and
like the volcano and the lava flowing through the bridge and the long bridge going up to the temple. I love how the temple is super like when you get to the temple, it's super imposing and tall and stuff. But I
mm-hmm,
love how much it's dwarfed by the
by the
surrounding environment.
volcano.
Yeah, like
Like
the
it's
volcano, like
powerful, but it's still not as powerful as nature's
nature.
force.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
like
awesome. And the
ugh,
fact that the volcano
just a
ends up
small
reclaiming it
detail.
is so good. So we get to after that we get our
We
pirates
got
and all of
pirates
the
and the gang, the freedom fighters.
hmm which the pirates, it's so cool seeing all of their designs and really getting to dive into like all of their different pieces and see like kind of where their mismatched stuff came from. And the pirate ship,
Mhm.
which is a great design too. And then yeah, it's so funny because you can see the sharp contrast in design, like how they normally design characters with like the pirates versus the original like sketch and design
Yes.
for the freedom fighters, and like how unique they all look and how that was carried
hmm
through. But it's great. It gives them so much personality and they really stand out from that.
I really do like that they do that. It's like a departure from their um, art
The
style
norm.
almost. But
Yeah.
it still
And then
fits. Like I would never notice. I'd be like, they still fit though. They still look like they belong in this world.
mhm. And we get a couple of pages that are dedicated to the treehouse,
Treehouse.
which
Oh
is
my
or like
god.
the village, the tree village, the treehouse village, um, which is just wild. It all looks
The forest hideout.
incredible. Yeah, there's just so much
Dave
there.
Filoni again.
They said the Tree Houses of Jets gang are very disorderly. They should look kid made and very
Mm.
like crumbled together, jumbled together, boards of different sizes, odd shaped houses with one wall um, behind the being the tree itself. Like it's just they put so much thought into
So
every
much thought
element
and
of it.
detail. I love too. You'll see on this art, Dave Filoni has a little stamp in the bottom that marks like first of all he drew this, like what year he drew this, what day,
Hmm.
in 2004. Oh my god! And he has this little stamp with Appa above it and his name signed.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, do you see
yeah.
that?
October of 2004.
That's
Throwback.
crazy. That's
That
crazy.
is wild. But
And I
yeah,
just
the
love
treehouse
that.
is
The
sick. And
treehouse
the
is
fact that we
sick, and I do love like they mentioned Dave Filoni's a huge fan of Star Wars, so of
yeah,
course we had to, you know,
of course. And it
of
being
course we had to
called
get
the
the
Ewok,
Ewoks in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
the Ewok village, which
they
is
even
great.
call it that. Yeah, they're like up here in the Ewok section, and then we
Then we
get art
get
of the characters
more
and all
more
their
in
different
depth
little movements.
facial expressions, the character turnarounds, so you can see their full design. I like seeing the differences between the first design sketch and like how they ended up finalizing the looks for
Yes,
each of the and like
I
blending them
always love to see
into
that.
the main like how the animation style normally is. Like they still take that more like not outlandish, but just a different vibe of the original like sketch,
Yeah,
and then
they made it their own, but still
mhm,
kept the design.
which
I
is
still
great.
don't. Why don't I remember that one girl? There's one girl with the pin in her head.
Yeah, I mean, she just like what's her name? It literally, I have to go back and read it again. I've read it like so many times recently.
I know.
Sneers, right? Yeah,
Sneers.
she. I feel like she gets like no dialogue.
No dialogue. And I do not recall her. And I have to watch the episode again and look for her. I don't remember
No,
that.
but it's great.
And then yeah, and then we get our crocodile spiders. The
which are
drawing of
terrifying.
nightmare fuel. Yeah.
Yeah, they're absolutely horrifying. If you've been listening to this on the audio only, by the way, and you're this far, you're a trooper for having
You're
no
a
visual aid.
trooper.
But you should
We're
should
trying our
absolutely go
best
check
to
out the YouTube.
describe them. Check out the
Also,
YouTube
you should
or buy the
buy
book.
the buy the
Get
art book. It's worth it, 100%.
It's so gorgeous.
It's amazing. There's so much insight in here that we cannot even begin to like get
I
through
know.
in a
Great little
podcast. It would
fun
also, I
facts.
don't want to just read the whole book to you guys. Come on, that's not what we're here for. But
Story time. Gather
yeah,
round.
I love the background design for the Great Divide is phenomenal. It's again just
That's
the
the
level
Grand
of
Canyon.
detail.
Somebody went to the Grand Canyon and was like, hey, I came back and I have some sketches. They're like, oh, well, use
Right.
that.
I like the
Cool.
like vent looking nostrils on the
Yeah,
crocodile
it looks like
thing.
engines or like a V8 engine or something. It looks
Yeah.
crazy.
His snout looks like a hot rod, which is wild.
That's so cool.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Horrifying
Yeah,
thing.
I don't see crocodile as much
I only see crocodile in the snout. I
in the
thought
snout.
before I looked in the art book to see what they said that he was combined with, I thought anteater spider because
Which is fair. That
yeah, because like the snout thing, and I was like burrowing and stuff like that. But yeah, just the snout, I see crocodile. I guess the
mhm,
rest of it, spider is really apparent from the eyes, and then they
yeah,
do end up
the
giving him just
body.
4 legs instead of 8,
Hmm.
which from an animation perspective, 100% understand.
Yeah,
That'd be a pain.
that'd be a pain
Um,
in the ass to draw.
but yeah, I mean, we're caught up now with
That's we're caught
the
up, and we have more. When we get some more episodes down, we'll go through more of the book.
yeah,
You guys will see
it's
more from
incredible.
the Bible. I like to call it the Bible. The
it,
Avatar
it, it,
Bible.
it is the Bible. It's the Avatar Bible.
Hey, Aspect listener, enjoying the show?
Then be sure to subscribe here on The Aspect so you never miss an episode.
And check out more episodes and clips on our playlist here.
Thanks so much for watching, and
Lamio Hotman.